So, I think this is my fourth time attempting to record this video, but I keep on losing my train of thought, so I just keep on restarting. Anyways, I've been doing AJATT for about 6 months at this point, and I have documented the entire thing in a Google spreadsheet. So I guess I'll just talk about what sparked me doing this. It was a post on the Learn Japanese subreddit of a guy who tried to learn Japanese in a year, or rather that he was learning Japanese for a year, and he documented the entire thing, and he reached about an intermediate level. I can't really tell. I've watched the last video again. Uh, I watched the last video again just yesterday, I think, just to see what his progress was, and I knew what they were saying, but I don't know if it's good or not. Like I'm not one to judge right now, because I've only been learning for 6 months, but that kind of just sparked me learning Japanese. There was a comment in that post saying it was only like, what was it, 6 hours in a year is not even 2 hours a day. I was like, whoa, that's no time at all. So I just started learning Japanese, and around that time I knew about AJAT, but I thought AJAT was like for people who were just absolutely obsessed with Japan, and I'm not. I don't think I'm that person. Maybe I am. Uh, I don't know. But so I just kind of put it in the back of my mind. But then I found Matt's video like a week later. I'm sure a majority of people who's ever watching this knows this video. He like talks for 3 hours about his AJAT journey and you know just what AJAT is. And I've kind of based my last 6 months of my life following AJAT. But to be honest, I'm not as hardcore as many AJATers seem to be. Uh, I don't have a 24/7 constant stream of Japanese audio playing. Uh, it's pretty much only when I'm at my computer or when I'm away from my house for 30 minutes. And when I'm in class at school or college, whatever, uh, I don't have an earbud in. I think it's rude. Like I'm just not gonna do that. It's okay. The hour of class that I have like 3 times a week, it's not it's not gonna hurt my Japanese that much. I'm not that worried about it. But yeah, I just documented the entire thing, and I was doing RTK before I knew about AJAT. Well, before I decided to do AJAT, because I was on Kanji Kui and Kohi, and I went hardcore at the very beginning. I did like 70 kanji in the first day, 50 kanji in the next day, and then I realized, what am I doing? Uh, slowed it down to 25 a day, and I was like, oh god, no, that's still too much. 15 a day, and I was like, you know what? RTK is super boring, so I'm just gonna go do 25 a day, get it done with. And I was, I did do that. I went through the entirety of uh, RTK RTK1, I should say, because I have not done RTK3, and I don't plan on doing RTK3 until like the distant future when I probably already know all the kanji in there. But I was doing 25 a day, and then and as you can see, I was doing pre-made decks. I know that's not recommended, and I eventually realized, wow, this is really boring, so I stopped them. But I did start sentence mining Taiken. It looks like about 725 kanji in, and that took about 2 months. And I finished RTK1 and Taikim around the same time, which I thought that was good, because I could just immediately get into sentence finding, and that's sort of like just where I'm at right now. Because I mean, I'm not that far into learning Japanese, it's only been 6 months. But yeah, I started sentence mining, and it was very, very difficult at first. Like the first 3 weeks, it felt like every sentence I added in here, I wasn't actually understanding. Like I felt like I had to get lucky that I was understanding what was actually going on. And like after a month, that feeling goes away, and you just start getting annoyed because every single sentence you see, it's like, what is that word? Why don't why are there so many words? That's what it feels like, and it still feels like that. But yeah, so I have about 1,000 cards in there. 1,000, yeah, I have 1,386 cards right now. Uh, and that's just kind of what it's been like since finishing Tychem and RTK. I had about I was adding 20 a day, and I aimed for 20 a day. Then there's a brief period of time where I was like adding barely any, just because it was like the end of the school year and I had a lot of projects and exams. But immediately into summer, I went back up to 20 a day, and just recently I went down to 10 a day, because I saw Matt's video. Matt has been very influential to my Japanese career. I don't know what a better word for that would be. But yeah, I went down to 10 a day because that's what he said he was doing. Maybe I should just kind of do what I want to do, but I think 10 a day is nice because I only had 183 reviews today, and at 422 like a week ago. It was that was a lot, and I didn't mind doing them, but it definitely feels way nicer to do 180. uh so yeah. So where am I at now? Like, what's oh, right now I should probably be starting the monolingual transition, and I have made a few Japanese cards, and I don't do them often because oftentimes when I see a Japanese definition, I I like I can understand it if I translate like 2 or 3 words in there, or look up the English definitions for them. But it's just I hate making cards too, so combine that with having to look up so many words and then add them to the card. It's so much. It feels unnecessary to like go through that right now. I should wait until every Japanese definition is like I+1. But yeah, what can you do? So I'm probably just gonna continue adding Japanese English cards until I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. I need to start adding JJ cards only. But yeah. Anyways, so aside from like my study methods, I just want to talk about my immersion environment. So usually I have a Twitch stream playing. This is the majority of what I watch. It's just Twitch streams. Hopefully this isn't something bad. Okay, nice. But I have that on my second monitor playing almost 24/7. Uh, and I also use this program called Dexpot, I think it's called. Yeah, Dexpot. That lets me have virtual desktops. So on my third desktop, I pretty much just have an anime open 24/7, and I switch to it uh, pretty often. Well, I don't have it playing 24/7, but I just have it open 24/7. And whenever I want to watch anime, I just go Alt 3, and I can start. And I have a folder over here that I just, you know, open up the next one when it's done. It's really easy. But okay, so that's pretty much my immersion environment. It's not really complicated at all. And of course, I have my operating system in Japanese. And I also made this web page thing that I always have right up here. So here, let me get something with a log in it. With a log. Airman lyrics. Okay. But so how this works is I can take a line of text, copy paste it, and I can just paste it right here, and I just hold shift and I go over any words I don't know. So, and I added this log thing just yesterday because I've been reading visual novels sort of, and it was, yeah, like if I saw a word a few times, it was getting really annoying to look them up a lot. So I just I added this log thing. But yeah, how it would work, like, uh, like say I wanted to know what oolong was, I just hover over it, and if I think a sentence is interesting enough, I add it to my to add sentences thing. But as you can see, this is a this is 1,700 lines long now, and I haven't really touched this in a month. Like I think like a month ago, I know a month ago I started using sentence makes, and I pretty much just get all my sentences from here now. I'll just go into Anki, browse sentences, or wait, sentence make. Like say I wanted to, and I just get the suspended cards and add them. And how that would look like is dominates sheet. So say I want to learn she, and because I'm too lazy to do JJ sentences, do that. Control D, add it to my sentences, unsuspend it, and now it's in my sentences. And I'm not gonna study it now because I'll do that later. But yeah, that's how adding sentences works, and it's really fast, and I like fast. So I guess I'll talk about my current reading and listening comprehension now. I understand pretty much everything I read with a dictionary. Like if I have this page open, pretty much anything I try to read I can understand. And that sounds arrogant, I guess, but I mean it's just a matter of looking up words. That's what Japanese feels like now. I don't really have to think about grammar anymore. Grammar like started becoming really normal to me about a month ago. Uh, and of course, like I'm talking about stuff I want to read, like you know, anime, and not like uh, classical novels. Like I probably still have a lot of trouble reading classical novels, but I don't try to read classical novels right now. It wouldn't even make any sense. Uh, but aside from reading, my listening comprehension, it's pretty bad. I understand about. It's really hard to give a percent because everything's different. But like, uh, Torador, okay. Also, output ability is just awful, so I'm just gonna pronounce everything with the as American as I can. Toradora. Uh, so like anime like Toradora, I can understand about 30 30% maybe without subtitles, and with subtitles and a dictionary, it's just like 100%. I don't really have any trouble because it's just a matter of looking up words. I mean, there's a few sentences that are like like just completely out of my league, and I added one. I have this folder here that I started using just yesterday, I think, where I added sentences like I could not figure out what this means. I I don't know if I needed context or what, but I don't know this word, and I don't know what's going on there. So it does happen a few times, but it's really not that common at the moment. But aside from that, my current output abilities, obviously you just heard my pronunciation. It's god awful. I have put almost no effort into learning pitch accent. I think I know their names, like the names of the 4 different kinds, just from watching Dogen's pitch accent stuff. But I'm not really that worried about it. I feel like I should be though. uh, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not too focused on output just yet. And of course, writing, I can't write any Japanese. I feel like if I try to write Japanese, it come out like word soup. Like it'd just be a bunch of words that wouldn't make any sense strung together, and it just looked really bad. Uh, so yep, that's kind of what I've been doing for the last 6 months. With AJATT, or it's being very polite to call it AJATT since it's nowhere near as hardcore as other people seem to be. But yep. Thanks for watching, I guess. Although, not sure if this video will ever be public. See ya.